to Chris's back around to Chris's channel for the weekly Rumble, either as a contestant or a combatant, as I like to say, or sometimes he changes up and I'll come on as a wild card. And then you can find me on Twitter at Sithlord3827. Great to see everyone. Thanks for having me back. Can't wait to see what we're talking about tonight.
Oh yeah, I got some topics up in there. I see.
Be right back.
LD, no problem. LDG is in the chat. Let me in, but I'm like, LDG, check the link in the Khaos List chat. It's there. Gaishka, you are up,
sir.
my friend.
That's right. You can find me at the Basco Scenario channel. Nothing there, but please subscribe. My stuff is coming. You can find me on Anzo's channel as well. Bigger Ford with the OOC on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. You can find me on Chris at the Mandalorian Roundtable and on Thursdays as well. And I'm just blessed to be here and blessed to be invited to these channels and give my 2 cents. Thank you.
Excellent. And I do appreciate you having you on, brother. Glad you came around, and got on this YouTube thing. We're going to help you with your channel community. That's what we do. Elihu-Who, you are up next, my friend.
Me? Yes. Oh, okay. Me. Hey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you.
Yeah. I'm not a sheep. I'm Elihu-Who. And I can be found everywhere and nowhere at the same time. But when I'm not there, I can be found every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific time on my show called What's Up with the Universe, where we talk astronomy, science, astrophysics, which is tomorrow. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's tomorrow, 12 noon. And tomorrow we're going to be basically talking about, in the beginning, Big Bang, birth of galaxies, black holes, all the fun little stuff. And I can also be found sometimes on JJ's channel up here, on Chris's channel, on Danny's channel way over there, and LDG whenever he decides to pop his little butt up here. And for all the insomniacs out there, you can go to Jedi Bill 797 because he has insomniac soup. And just like everybody else on his panel, if you check out a little pages, there's a little bell right there. Go ahead and ding that little bell.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, that way you know when we're going live. And if you're unable to watch us live, you got a little rewatch there, right there for you. So, hey. And I'm also on Twitter. So, like I said, I'm everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Eli.
Yes, JJ.
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
The psychiatrist from the mental institution I escaped from is still trying to figure it out. So,
I was just going to say, after all this time of knowing Eli, you're just now asking that question? Damn, bro. I was asking that question from the first time I met him.
Well, no,
Everyone's special.
I always ask that question. Just it takes me a while to get it out.
He's not special.
I got you. I sent the link to Pickles, so I'm waiting for him to come in. And with that being said, you guys know how the show is. We have 3 topics where we discuss with the panel. And at first, I always come with an honorable mention. And today is like no other. I definitely got some honorable mentions. So the first honorable mention that I have is, do you want JJ to admit he got his ass kicked last night in Tekken 7?
No, I didn't. No.
Wait. Can I add?
Let me reword this. Okay. I did not get my ass severely beat. I got beaten, but I did not get my ass severely beat.
Well,
Not
when we technically got
he was drinking last night, and JJ just doesn't drink.
Oh wow, Chris has to come up with some excuse.
Dude, are you kidding me, Chris? Are you kidding me? I did. Hey, how did I do for someone that had been drinking, Onzo?
You did good.
See,
you laughed.
Don't worry about
it. I didn't say.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
I just was saying that.
Trust me, if I'd have been smoking, it'd have been a whole different story.
Pixelated is in the building. Shit. There you go. And no, it wasn't close. It was actually 20-16, and then we played 3 others. I gave JJ a chance.
Are you kidding me? It came out to be 19-21. You beat me by 2.
Yes, okay, but it was 20-16. And I said, okay, we'll play a few more.
Like I said, he beat me, but he didn't thoroughly whoop my ass.
Next time I will.
Yeah, he was DWI last night, so I'm gonna toss it up to that real quick.
No
Did you
mercy.
JJ might have had one too many.
Sweep the
Did you
leg.
pay that money though, Pickles? Did you pay that money?
Nope.
Because you lost.
Nope.
I told you nobody bet against me. I'm not gonna pay. That's not how betting works.
I
Okay.
wasn't really betting against you. You said if JJ wins, you're gonna give him a super chat, $10. He lost.
If I out of my profit from winning the bet. It's funny
Hey,
how everything
hey,
out
hey.
of
I don't
context
remember
makes it
hearing
sound
that
completely
part.
different.
I don't remember hearing
L-
that part.
LDG.
You were DWI too last night, man. I want to rewind the stream. I clearly said it. Disclaimer.
Yeah. LDG, send me something to where I'll
This is
throw you
cracking me up.
I'll throw you $10 in there. All right. I lost. Hey, I lost. I didn't get my ass beat, but I did lose. You know, I ain't gonna sit here and say no.
You
That's
had it
bullshit.
too.
Nah.
You had it. Him.
I lost. All right. I'll throw you the
Just-
$10. Just tell me where I can send it.
Just get used to that, JJ. The losing, get used to it.
Yeah, both of you better get used to it. You're absolutely
Are
right.
we doing it again tonight? Tomorrow night? When?
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't got no issues with that, brother. I ain't got
We'll,
no
we'll,
issues
we'll,
with
we'll, we'll go again tonight on something else. You know.
that. No
It's like
problem.
listening to two kids debate on who's got the better Hot Wheel.
Oh, I thought you
Well,
were
no. I'm throwing it out
What'd you
now.
thought I was going to say, guys? There?
I think because you went. Who's got the biggest?
No.
Listen, no.
That would be me.
Well, hey, I ain't gonna lie about it. Anzo's got me beat there. But
Whoa, wait. Just, I'm not saying that you're
How
wrong. I'm
do
saying
you
you're right,
know
but
this?
How do you know
Our
this?
shit's down to
Is
Exactly.
Is this
LDG.
his mother's brothers? Mom like you best?
I'll say it in one word. All right, for everybody to understand, genetics.
If you see a brother on a wheelchair,
but-
don't mean he's crippled.
Yeah, genetics. Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
I'm crippled too. What the hell? I don't mean nothing.
Alright,
But
before-
no.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing. All right, Chris. Anzo's got Mortal Kombat in the bag. All right, I can't touch him. Okay, Tekken is my only way to try to even that up. Okay, we're if we do it tonight, tomorrow night, whenever we more want to do this, we're going to do Soul Calibur 6. Okay, I haven't played that one in a while.
I haven't.
I don't know how long it's been since he's played it. You know, it'll be an interesting fight. So we'll see who's better at that. You know, we've got our own edges, our own vices, what we're good at, what we're not good at. It ain't about who's the best, man. It's just the competitive side of us, man.
I
We're
know.
like
I'm not.
beat the shit out of one another.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's the
no, I know.
question.
I know.
The question was,
But
Let me
when
know
you
when
make
you
your ass got kicked. That's the question.
No. I'll
he's
never. I'll never admit when I got my ass kicked.
Well, he won't. But it's
I
a question
will
of, do
admit.
we want him to?
No.
Yeah,
I
I
will
We want
admit.
him to.
Let me
I
know when you
will
guys
admit.
have Street Fighter.
No, I will admit. I won't admit I got my ass kicked. I will admit I did get beat.
Oh no, I'll play that
And,
all
and they,
night.
and they
I will
both
play Mario
will
Kart
admit they
to
get their
death.
ass whipped
I'm funky
once I get my
mind.
If
Xbox.
it's anything have to do with
That's
Mario
not
Kart,
happening.
I'll just tag team. I'll tag my
So
daughter.
happening.
that's not happening.
So happening.
And I'm a gamer, so any games you guys want to put out there and play, I will play them, and I will come out on top on all the games. Just takes me a while, but I will.
You heard
come
it
out
here,
on top.
folks. He is a gamer, but he's
hold on.
I'm a
You know-
hardcore gamer.
You know, Anzo, you will probably kick my ass. I will not lie because it has been years since I've played 2-player on Madden, but I'd play Madden with you. I don't give a crap, dude. I'd
Fight
love
night.
it.
Anytime.
I miss being able to do that stuff, and I got to get this. I need to get everything set up down here because I've got the switchers and all that to get all my systems down here.
Oh, nice.
I'm off
Whenever-
coming up here soon, around Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, download Tekken, asshole.
I know.
You know?
And actually, I should do
Whenever
it
you're
this
ready.
week.
No,
I'll
he
get-
keeps
I'll have my
saying that,
son do
right?
it.
Like he'll
No,
forget
no.
to download Tekken.
No. I'll get my ass handed to me because I have
Open a
not played
tab right
Tekken.
now. Download it.
This is how long it's been since I've played Tekken.
Fuck.
Since it was
Practice.
Tekken 2.
No
It was
excuse.
Tekken 1.
Being good at video games is like getting a job. You just got to do it. Okay?
And ladies
Get out
and
there and do it.
And I'm gonna let a secret slip. I'm not that good, believe it or not. It's how I got my controller set up. I make moves easier.
Yeah, I know. I know.
That didn't work with
This that means.
that didn't work when you told her that. It's not going to work when you tell us that. Okay.
Oh,
Janet
trust me,
didn't
it
trust
worked.
either.
It worked. It worked when I told her.
Okay.
It just didn't work for long. All right.
What's
And
funny
it
when you
didn't
watch
work
you
last
guys,
night
all you
either.
hear is the buttons clicking.
Oh yeah, the button mashing.
Hey,
yeah.
no, that's
Button,
him.
button
That's
mashing
him.
has been brought to you by Anzo and his hands having a
That's
stroke.
him. That's
Listen,
him.
because when you're playing a game and you're a gamer, your joysticks have some wear and tear. Sometimes they click a lot. That's all. It ain't nothing to
Right.
do
Absolutely.
with button mashing.
That
You know what I mean?
No,
That-
it's called panicking. It's called panicking. Shoot.
that is wear
Ooh.
and tear. That is wear and tear. That is a hardcore gamer.
Jesus,
The
man.
rubber on my controller is coming off. That is wear and tear,
Well,
brother.
go buy some new. Go buy some new rubber, fool. Come on.
The rubber on this
You
one,
know?
that's all
Is,
gone.
is,
Most
is
of
this
mine
a-
are gone.
is this a dick measuring contest?
No,
No, it is
I don't
not.
want to be involved in
No.
one of those.
Okay,
I don't
moving
want
on.
to get
Nor
much
do I.
No.
Moving on.
Yes, and before we get to the
If-
next topic, Pickles, tell the people about your channel,
Yes, sir.
please.
Ooh, little old me. I'm nobody. Guys, LDG Pixels here. I got two channels. One, LDG Pixels. You have any tech issues, computer problems, need a tune up for free? You own a Mac. Any issues at all, guys? That's what I do Monday through Friday. I haven't been streaming lately because my voice is finally starting to come back, thanks to the weather change. And in the afternoon on Pixelate, where we do the waiting room, a place to hang up your feet. Guaranteed to only be slightly better than watching paint dry. We do open topics, open panels, chit chat. You see me do work, whatever. Waiting for somebody else to stream. We promote those other channels that deserve it. I kick you out, tell them to go watch them, and come back after they're done.
Excellent. And just to let you know, Ostinator, yeah, perfect your skills. I'll give you a rematch. That was me beating you up was like beating up on JJ and Tekken. You know what I mean? It was too easy.
What the?
You guys, I
Honorable
swear.
mention number 2.
Bro, I'm Anzo. I'm coming for you. That's all I'm gonna say now. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I ain't talking shit. I'm coming for you.
Gaishka, welcome to the show. Your first honorable mention. Now, do you want Gaishka to change the name of his YouTube channel to the Tabasco Scenario? I say yes. Tabasco has a good sound to it. Has a nice ring to it, you know?
That's fun. That's funny shit.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey,
Oh man.
coming from a guy who's literally on fire, I love that name.
Yeah, Tabasco Scenario. That makes sense, right?
You need something wild to get somebody's attention. A cool ass name, like Bigaford in this name. Come on, look how it's spelled. The Real Review 3000. Come on, yeah, do something that gets
Tabasco.
attention.
The Basco Scenario.
Instead of instead of the Basco, it's Tabasco.
Yeah,
Right. You could talk about hot sauce and all type of shit on your channel.
Picante, caliente, jalapenos. Ah, that
Exactly.
the habaneros.
Hey man, you got some tacos, some burritos,
And some
enchilada. Come on, man.
Don't talk about IPSC, man.
smells like fish,
Yes.
tastes like chicken.
You see that one, Chris? You see that one, right?
Oh, do you think Chris Knight is out of his fucking mind?
Stop
When he
there.
says-
Wait. Just stop right there.
Yes, I
And
do.
See, the answer is going to be yes, no matter what. I mean, it doesn't even have to be just this. I'll tell you,
I
I'm out of
guess-
my fucking mind. I mean, that I didn't say that I'm not. I mean,
Well, Chris is out of his fucking mind. So
I mean, come on.
I agree with
I
that one.
make Eli look like he's on Earth.
Ooh.
What?
Wow. Oh my gosh.
So we all
No.
know Eli is not from Earth.
No.
He's gonna need therapy now if he didn't
Chris,
before.
Chris, you went way right, bro. That was awesome.
Dude. Wow.
Those
Make
were the
Eli look
honorable
underwater.
mentions. And now,
As Pixel says, I make him look like he's underwater.
Below sea level.
Well, he's actually done that to Deej Odyssey. So,
yeah,
he was doing a live stream. Like I think it was a 48-hour something like that live stream. And he
Oh, yeah.
he was
I
able
put
to
him underwater.
I
yeah,
know
he
that.
put him underwater. Yeah,
I made Deej swim with the fishes, literally.
You have to put Manu in his background.
Oh yeah, I love that Pony Life poster in the background too. Yeah, you know he loves it. He's a brony. He's a brony.
So now
I love you, Deej.
We get into the meat and potatoes of the show. Last week,
I'm a vegan.
there was a huge argument between Chris and I.
Oh my god!
And
Here
the
we go.
argument.
We doing this again?
Boxing?
Oh yeah,
Round
we
3?
doing this.
Really?
Now,
Wait a second. Do I have to
personally,
cue it?
Boxing now, huh?
No, personally, I was done with it after the show. But then I got a text and it's like Monday on Pixelate channel. And I was like, okay, really? So this is what we're going to do? All right, fine.
Fight!
We ain't doing it on Pixelate channel. We're doing it here. Now, I was going to do this all court thing and whatever, but we won't get into that and all that stuff. I just want Chris, show your evidence, and I'm going to show mine, and we'll take it from there.
Well, it's
You
your
need the line.
You go
You need
first.
the line order theme. No,
Hold on. I'll let you go first, but I want to clarify really quick what you are saying.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying from the very get-go he had it.
That it had what? Had a backstory to the characters.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm
In
saying.
1973 when he first started writing this.
I don't know the date, but yeah, that's what I'll say. From when he started.
Okay, so show your evidence.
All right. Now, I can start off and show the 3 that I have, but I should let you go first because since this is my show.
No, because here's the thing. Prosecutors in the state show their evidence first.
I'm not the prosecutor. I'm the defendant.
No, because you told me I was wrong.
Dun, dun.
So,
all right.
Technically, Chris is the defendant.
Technically, the host.
Anzo is
the guest should go first.
Danny is the prosecutor.
As Pickle said, the guest should go first.
Like a court, the prosecutor
goes first,
even though they're the host.
Listen, I watched the late night show. Okay, the host, he's the one that lays out the conversation. Then the guest makes their point, and then the host has the final word. Whatever, take your choice. Whatever you want to talk about.
All
right,
that's the way. I'm sorry, Chris.
So,
well, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, here's the thing. So my point is this: one, that this didn't come around, and that he didn't have the backstory. He had names. He had maybe some planets, and the names changed. But his backstory was actually created in 1981, and there's 2 articles and 1 post, and actually a video explaining of the guy that just dropped a book or is just about ready to drop a book, and this was just put out there 6 days ago because he did the book for the prequels because George Lucas commissioned him to do it.
Do you have your video ready?
I have video, but I'm going to show you the. You
can show me the article first, whichever you want to show first. Go right ahead.
First off, but here's what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
George Lucas has changed his story multiple times, and that's what I'm really going to show you. Is that I'm not sure if you're ever going to be able to prove by what you're trying to do, which is show him talking about it, because he's changed his story on this several times. So the first thing I'm going to show. No, go ahead. No.
I was just saying, you can bring the articles you want to, but
no,
I'm going
to start with this video right here. We're going to start with this. This is from the special edition. So before we got, this is right about the time he was getting ready to shoot the prequels. This is actually from Empire Strikes Back, where he explains that.
Actually, this video is from 1989, I believe.
No, this is from 90. What year was it?
89. I have the same video.
No, this is from 93 or something. Hold on, let me look up the date.
Because episode 1 was released in 99, so he started filming on it in 95, 95, early 96.
Right, but this video, because I have it and I wrote it down somewhere.
I haven't seen Leonard Maltin since he was on Entertainment Tonight, man. Shit.
Damn right.
Anyways,
Inside
This
accuracy.
is from
Play.
1995.
Okay, play the video.
All right, so let me go back just a bit to see if we can get multiple.
Play the movie. Yeah.
Hold on.
Look, he has hair.
Oh wait, I had to share my audio. Hold on.
Are you new at this, Chris?
No, just making sure.
What was the beginning?
I would say probably the original impetus for the whole thing was I used to watch a serial on television called Adventure Theater, and they had Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe on it, and I used to love that. So I went off and wrote my own space opera.
Really quick, just so you know, the reason why he wrote the space opera was because he was denied the chance to write
to Flash
Gordon. So it was it was the idea of the serial that he wanted to do. So he didn't have to have Flash Gordon, but it would have made it a lot easier for him. He says in some interviews, but
developed the story and took it to United Artists that had the first rights to it. They said no, they didn't want it, and then I took it to Universal because I just finished American Graffiti, and they said no, they didn't want it. And finally took it to 20th Century Fox, and Alan Knight Jr. said, "I'm interested." He said, "I don't understand this, but I loved American Graffiti, and whatever you do is okay with me, because otherwise I don't think it would have ever gotten done, because it was crazy, you know, spaceships and Wookiees and robots, and it was just unlike anything that had ever been seen before."
Tell me about that first script. Now, did you try to tell the whole story in one script?
Well, at that point, it wasn't the whole story. I wrote a script.
Okay, it wasn't the whole story. He wrote a script.
And the script was very ambitious. It told a very large story. And when I finished it, I realized that it was way too big to make into a movie. So I took the first part of it, sort of the first act. I said, I'll make the movie about this. And I had to expand on it and move it around, play with it a little bit. But I basically then focused on that as being the film. And I said, someday, if I ever get a chance, maybe I'll make these other things, the rest of it, the other 2/3 into a movie.
So at this point, he only mentions 2/3. He's not even acting like there's other things.
Play the rest.
Well, wait.
Play the rest.
I'm bringing up my case here.
Yeah, go ahead.
He says 2/3, not 1/6, or or the
right
other
now,
5/6
on the shelf, and I'll leave it there. And so that's really how the first project came to pass. The other part of it is in order to write that first script, I had to write a backstory about where Darth Vader came from, how the kids evolved.
Now, this is where he says that. Now, wait. Hold on. No. I know. And I know it was there. Hold on. The problem you have here is that these articles right here, and I can show you with, let me find where the hell I have it. Is it in here? Yeah. So this right here is George Lucas's pitch for Anakin Skywalker original. Paul Duncan, the writer of this book that George Lucas hired him for, not Disney. George Lucas's original backstory for Darth Vader, original backstory, all this right here. The date was July 13th through 17th of 1981. And it's so, and I'm going to go to the one that makes it easier to read here. It's so, there's parts of it that are very close, and then you can tell that he didn't have it all mapped out because a lot of things did change. But this was what he did. And I'm trying to get here. Okay, so the meeting is, he was asked, so how is it that, Darth Vader turned? How did all this happen? And then he answers, Anakin Skywalker began hanging out with the Emperor, who at that point nobody knew was bad because he was an elected official. He was a politician. Richard M. Nixon was his name. He subverted the Senate and finally took over, and he was really evil. But he pretended to be a nice guy. Luke's father gets subverted by the Emperor, gets a little weird at home, and his wife begins to figure out that things are going wrong. and she confides in Ben, who is his mentor. On his missions through the galaxy, Anakin has been going off and doing his Jedi thing, and a lot of Jedi have been getting killed. And it's because they turn their back on him and he cuts them down. So that was one thing that changed right there. The president is turning into the Emperor, and Luke's mother suspects something has been happened to her husband. She is pregnant. Anakin gets worse and worse, and finally Ben has to fight him and then throws him down into a volcano, and Vader is all beat up. When he falls into the pit, the put, I think it's pit in one of these, but there's hardly anything left of him, and goes through. They fish him out of the drink. Ben finds out that Vader's been fished out and in the hands of the Empire. He is worried. He goes back to Vader's wife and explains Anakin is the bad guy, the one killing the Jedi. Miss Skywalker has the kids, the twins, 2 little babies who are 6 months old or so. The Skywalker line is very strong with the Force, so Ben says. I think we should protect the kids, basically that part of it. And then it says, I think you can make Ben take the blame for Vader. I should have given him more training. I should have sent him to Yoda. And then there's also, in part of this,
that's the plot for Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
exactly.
But here's the thing: that was when he had this as listed as Revenge of the Jedi from 1981, when we were going from Empire Strikes Back to that. They asked him about this stuff, and this was discussed in the meetings at the time. And like this right here, this is where he gave them a background, and the date's right there. This was done with Lucas. So what I'm saying is that he says many different things, but this right here is the written documentation.
That's not proof that he said that. So now,
yes, it is. No, listen. Wait. I'm not done. Here, listen.
Oh my God, hurry up.
Hello there. 2 years ago, I brought out this little book, Star Wars Archives, episodes 4 to 6. And since then, I've been working with George Lucas and with Lucasfilm to make this, the Star Wars Archives, episodes 1 to 3. I'm going to unbox it now.
So this is the guy that did it. And George Lucas hired him to do this book. And he gave him this information.
Okay.
So, I mean, all I'm saying is you can play anything you want, because I played that part.
Hold on.
The thing is
what you're playing doesn't mean nothing.
Consistently set. You're not letting me
because
finish.
I have from his mouth.
I'm not done yet.
Go ahead. Okay, hurry up.
Written proof is just as good. Plus, hold on. If you go, the original draft in 1973 was a handwritten 2-page outline of the story that would, after further rewrites and explorations of the ideas, become Star Wars.
You keep talking about
Star Wars fandom. That's like
you can edit that. Exactly, and you keep talking about script. I'm not talking about.
Wait. The thing is, though, there's no mention of a backstory in any of this stuff.
Okay,
and
so let me just
and I could play the 1977.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna play this because
too.
this is what you left out of that video that you played.
So I took the first part of it, sort of the first act, and I said, I'll make the movie about this. And I had to expand on it and move it around, play with it a little bit. But I basically then focused on that as being the film. And I said, someday, if I ever get a chance, maybe I'll make these other things, the rest of it, the other 2/3, into a movie. But right now, that's just going to have to go on the shelf, and I'll leave it there. And so that's really how the first project came to pass. The other part of it is in order to write that first script, I had to write a backstory about where Darth Vader came from, how the kids evolved, his wife, how Ben related to all that, how the Emperor came to power. And that ended up being the basis for the projects that I'm working on now.
You have a go.
Now,
I played that.
Hold on. No, but you did not play that part because at the end of it, no, you did not, because he says
that's from the first one which I have up here too.
Yes, and you didn't finish it. What I'm saying is he says in that video that the only way he made the script was to have a backstory of those characters, which means he wrote the backstories when he was writing the
Do you
script
want to
for
watch
Star
the whole
Wars. Mic drop.
1977? Do you want to watch the whole
I'm
1977
not going to watch the whole thing. I'm
documentary
just
on it?
telling you what I have
Because in
seen from
that,
his mouth. You have
yeah,
other
listen,
things coming from other people's mouth.
Okay, wait.
I can,
Wait. Can I ask a question to the people here?
Mhm.
Let me ask you something. Is written documentation of a date, an actual date, not proof?
It depends on the document that the date is written on.
This is from the meetings for Revenge of the Jedi at the time, where
But the thing
he
is,
gave the background right at that time. And there's a date,
Gaishka?
and he was on that project with that writer and released those things to him.
Gaishka, what were you going to say?
the thing is that what Anzo's trying to say is that he developed the characters and their backstory.
That's when the backstory was created. Was in
when he wrote the script.
July of 1981.
No.
Yes.
From his mouth, he said
what he says and what documented is
what
saying.
you have
He
documented
has
is
many
not
times,
coming from his mouth, though.
then
So
let's
show
watch
me
the
a
whole
video where it's
1977
coming from
documentary.
his mouth.
I do
Because
believe you
even
guys
in
are arguing
there,
two different points.
I went through the whole week and I cut out clips and did this. You could have did the same thing. So I cut out clips. I don't need to watch the whole documentary. If you had that,
all I'm
you should have
saying
cut out
is,
that clip. Hold on. Let me go to another one.
No, hang on.
I have a little story treatment, a little outline that says this happened here, and in the first one I actually had all the scripts, but I had to sort of rewrite the scripts as I went along because since they became 3 movies, they had to have different structures and things. But
he's
what I'm
talking
working
about
on now
Star
is
Wars
the
there.
backstory, which I'd written out. Oh, this is where he came from. These were the Clone Wars were all about. All this stuff. It's just a little outline, basically. It goes right through the plot of the movie.
So
but is there a date?
Talking about,
is there a date?
Talking about Star. Doesn't matter if there's a date. He's talking about when he wrote. Hold on. He's talking about when he wrote Star Wars that he had outlines for it. That's his words.
He does.
All right, guys. Hang on. Time out. Okay. In a sense, both of you are right and both of you are wrong because here's what I'm hearing. Okay. In order to progress with the original trilogy, he had to kind of come up with the characters to explain why the characters are at this point in time now. Okay. But at the same time, you can develop characters and their backstories all day long, but not come up with the actual story.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing.
He developed
Anakin Skywalker wasn't even Darth Vader at the beginning of Star Wars.
Doesn't matter. Of course not. Everything changes, bro.
No. What I'm saying is
Star Wars
he wasn't even the same character. He wasn't.
Star Wars wasn't even Star Wars when he first read it. And I could show you a clip where he says he wrote a big story and he had to cut it. And the Death Star, the Death Star blowing up was at the end of that
the
movie.
original script,
and then he had to move it to the first one, right? So you're saying you made changes. Hold on, Eli. But that's absolutely correct. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is he had backstories. He had Star Wars where he talked.
He knew where people were.
Let me finish. You always talking about people letting you finish on your show. Let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. In Star Wars, they talk about the Clone Wars. Are you trying to tell me that he had no idea what the Clone Wars was before he put it in the script?
It was names. It was things. And even if you go back to interviews, they said nobody understood what the hell he was even talking about because it was all jumbo. And even actually Francis Ford Coppola said it was gobbledygook.
I am done.
Can I say something real fast?
Go ahead.
Okay. Both of you are presenting valuable arguments. Both of you have different dates. Basically, what would come down to argument is if it doesn't matter if it's a written date or a video, because there's actually when the video actually aired. What's the question is, when or if there was actually backstory. You guys were getting different dates back and forth: 89, 91, 93, 890. Basically,
Exactly.
if you guys can just find one solid source instead of saying he said it on this, he also said on this, it was also written on this. Yeah, but it was also written on this one, and he also said on this in the interview. Basically, just please find one backstory. The first time it was actually said by George Lucas.
All right, here.
But that's also what Chris said, that George Lucas
In
Lucas
2013 here
really
it says 19. I'm sorry.
changed the what he said in those interviews and how he said it, right? So you can tell in like 2 or 3 different interviews he said it differently.
Right, but the
Right.
one thing
And
he
that's
has
what I'm
always
saying.
said,
He's never been
but-
consistent.
but the one thing he has always said is that he has had backstories to the characters.
Yes.
I have 4 clips.
But I haven't.
He's always said that.
Can I show one last thing? And
Sure.
I will drop it, and we will leave it at this. We'll agree
No,
to disagree. kids.
that's what I was just saying.
Okay.
There
Can I show
was
one more thing though?
Go ahead, Chris.
All right. I just
there was no 100% bona fide backstory.
This is the same thing, the same meeting notes I was talking about. This was released on the 30th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. 1981 Star Wars prequel map. Lucas's different take on the universe. Right there's all this stuff. And then right here, for instance, this is the exact Lucas. Anakin Skywalker started hanging out with the Emperor. I already heard that. Kasdan. Was he a Jedi? No, he was a politician. Richard M. Nixon says that. It even goes as far as to even call Yoda not a Jedi Master. Okay, so right, no, right here. All right.
Things
also,
change.
another wait, no. Also, another misconception is that Yoda teaches Jedi, but he's just like a guru. He doesn't go out and fight anybody. A Jedi Master is a Jedi, isn't he? Well, he's a teacher, not a real Jedi. Understand that. I understand what you're saying, but I can't believe it. I'm in shock. It's true, absolutely true. Not that that makes any difference to the story. You mean he wouldn't be any good in a fight? Not with Darth Vader. No, he wouldn't. I accept it, but I don't like it. Well, anyways, Luke's father gets subverted. He goes over all the whole thing, and even down here, he's after he talks about Padme, as she later recalled, dying. It says here that Leia knows her mother. And that's why in Return of the Jedi, you get that, because it says Kasdan asks him, does she know that? Does she know that her mother died? Yeah. Yes. So we can bring that out when Luke is talking to her. She can say that her mother died when I was 2 years old. And so this is where he came up with, and I would assume knowing that Lucas was really good at following these archetypes and these stories, that what he did was, as he was going along, he's like, well, we could, it could have been this. And I don't have any doubt that by that time, because of Empire Strikes Back, when he introduced the Emperor, that he thought, okay, this is this. He knew there was a Senate. He can incorporate all of that into it. And I think he was on the fly in 1981 giving a basic outline of what the prequels were going to be. And that's exactly how it's presented here. It's in notes. There's lots of articles right here. All these articles right here are all talking about it because it was released 6 days ago because of this new prequel book. And then the one that I have right here, or the one I just went away from right here, was 8 years ago.
Okay. Now, I will say the last thing, and then you guys can vote about it when I am not saying that his script has not changed. Chris keeps bringing up scripts that change. That is not what I am saying. I am saying that when he wrote Star Wars, and I have 4 videos where he says it from his mouth, that he had backstories to the characters. Now, have the backstories changed recently or after he created them? Absolutely. But the point is, when he wrote Star Wars, he had backstories. And the reason why is because you can't talk about a Clone War. If you write movies and you write write scripts and stuff, you cannot mention a Clone War and then not know what the Clone War is. You cannot mention things like Darth Vader and not have backstories to him. So my point is that he had a backstory to these characters. Have their stories changed over the years? Yes. But the point is he had some sort of idea where these characters came from. That's my point. Go, Eli.
Go ahead, Elihu.
You're muted.
I know I did that on purpose.
Sure.
I'm learning, Chris. Okay, hey,
Yeah.
Chris, I'm learning. I'm learning. Yeah, that's it. Shoot. Okay. When a script, when someone's going to try to sell a script to a movie company, yeah, they're gonna look at the script and they go, okay, what's the character's backstory? When a script is presented, a backstory is actually written, like a small brief bio. This character, teenager, white male, grew up a desert farm, yada yada yada.
Exactly.
White man, yada 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 yada. That way, if they get the script gets the green lights, they contact casting agencies, and the casting agencies get the descriptions, not the script of the different characters of what the company's looking for.
He didn't even do that. He was struggling, and the only reason, and again, he even states that he was putting everything into this. And at the time, when he finally got the green light, and like I said, Francis Ford Coppola looked at it and said, man, this is gobbledygook. They didn't think there was any direction or rhyme or reason for it.
Doesn't mean he doesn't have backstory.
And then on top of that, the fact of the matter that it didn't have that, and he thought he was going to go broke. He needed to sell something. I don't think, again, I have a date for the backstory right there.
Chris,
I know for a fact that in the original 1977 documentary, they mention the different characters that got flipped around and that were there, names that were there that had nothing but names. And even in Journey of the Widow,
which is a backstory.
No,
okay, I'm gonna play this one more time so Danny can.
That's not a backstory. That is
and then you guys
ideas.
I've got one thing to say after you're done.
So I took the first part of it, sort of the first act, and I said, I'll make the movie about this. And I had to expand on it and move it around, play with it a little bit. But I basically then focused on that as being the film. And I said, someday, if I ever get a chance, maybe I'll make these other things, the rest of it, the other 2/3 into a movie. But right now, that's just going to have to go on the shelf, and I'll leave it there. And so that's really how the first project came to pass. The other part of it is in order to write that first script, I had to write a backstory about where Darth Vader came from, how the kids evolved, his wife, how Ben related to all that, how the Emperor came to power. And that ended up being the basis for the projects that I'm working on now.
You have a...
And I gave you the date that happened.
It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear in that.
Thank you.
I gave you the date that happened.
Okay. I don't care about the dates. The date that you said, he said it doesn't matter. The point is, he said when he wrote the Star Wars script, he had to write backstories. Those are the words that came out of his house.
Why wouldn't he?
Hold on. I'm going to drop the subject now. I want to hear what the other people in the crowd have to say. AJ, you first.
Well, like I said earlier, I believe you're both right and you're both wrong, because this is how I understood what you just played. Okay, when he wrote 4, 5, and 6, okay, he had those characters laid out pretty much which directions they were going to go. Besides what things changed, what things didn't, and he decided to go ahead and give those characters a form of a backstory by creating these characters that were just there in character. That was character development. Okay, it may have sounded like, or it may have been meaning two different things. Either A, he was just creating the characters, or B, that he 100% had a backstory lined up. Either way, the character development is the only thing I'm hearing in this entire argument. Not what he said, not when he said it. It's when these characters were created. When they were
Is
first.
that what you mean, Anzo?
What do you mean?
Are you just talking about the characters?
Yes.
That's what it was talking
Because
I agree with the characters.
That's what he's
there.
talking about.
That's
what
But I
That's
don't
what
call
time
that a
is what you're
backstory.
saying.
I don't
But
call
that
that
is
a
a
backstory.
backstory. He just said
That
that.
is a
He had to create a backstory for the characters. That's a backstory. That's
Not a
what I'm
backstory
talking
of the
about.
movie. Characters.
okay. All right. And hang
Can
on a
JJ,
second.
can JJ please finish?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
I'm almost done with this.
Yeah, I'm like,
All
let
right.
me finish, please.
At that point, when it's time for him to start writing and doing production on the prequels, on 1, 2, and 3, now he's going to take these characters that he created 10, 15 years earlier and start making in concrete backstories. And when pre-production and filming, that's when things start changing around even a little bit more. It's the process of filmmaking. I understand where you're coming from, Anzo, and I understand where you're coming from, Chris. But this is how I'm looking at it. It's like a pyramid. You have to start somewhere. Then everything just starts falling into place.
Mhm.
It's
that's
just
what
all
I'm
about
saying.
development. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
but
about.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he had all the character stories written out and
And we
everything.
heard that.
I'm
I
saying
heard
what
that.
he had. What he had
The
is the basic backstory for Darth Vader. He had a basic backstory for Luke, where they came from, what they did, how the Emperor came to power.
Starting
this
points.
is what he said.
Yeah.
That's all I've been saying.
Exactly. And
I think
if I may add,
it's a
JJ,
very loose idea of what a backstory is.
No, that's a
no
backstory.
shit.
I
That's a
think
That's a
backstory, though.
backstory.
Even
Whether
if
it's
it's
a loose
not complete.
backstory, it's a backstory.
Even when,
It's an origin.
even when I was creating, exactly. Anybody who has a good idea, you always take pieces, then you build upon it. Some things change. You don't have it all together. But let me just, one small thing. If you're going to build a pyramid, don't start at the top. Okay. But that being said, of course he did. I mean, come on, seriously. And knowing anybody who has literature or making a movie, someone who is as devoted as Lucas was, there's no doubt in my mind that every day he was thinking about this and coming up with ideas and evolving his ideas. And first, you only start with 1 or 2 points, and then you branch off of there, and you keep branching and branching and branching. Once you realize the movie was a hit and you get the green light for the prequels, then you go all out with details. But there's no doubt in my mind that he had a basic backstory for each one of those characters. And that being said, my last point is about this particular conversation.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
In the first place, okay? You're not going to get any answer unless you can get frickin' Lucas on the phone right now and get a specific answer. So,
and that's
there's
what
a
I
nice
was going to
nerd
say is
argument.
I'll do whatever I have to do to get Lucas on a show just to find out.
You heard that here, folks.
And Gaiska, your thoughts. Sorry, Pickles. Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
No. Go ahead. I was going to make a joke. Go ahead.
Listen, being with people that were developing comics and characters, they always started off with just, drawing and sketching characters. And from there, they started developing, okay, well, I'm going to call this guy this. Where does his powers come from? What is backstory? How could he have gotten that? So I get what Anzo's saying, and that's, it starts off with the characters, and then from there, it branches off. Exactly. You get the story. That he changed their stories and backgrounds throughout the road, absolutely. But I also understand what Chris is trying to say, that he's going by dates and how the things have changed throughout the time. But we're saying character development, you're calling it a backstory. You guys are arguing the same thing but differently, but you have to start with that. I agree with Anzo. You have to start with the characters.
And
for some people have a story, but anyways.
Okay, this conversation here. Basically, Anzo's whole point is that Lucas had character backstories before Star Wars was actually put into production. Chris's argument is they kept on changing the story of Star Wars because they didn't like it. There's something to be changed. Okay, I had yet to hear Chris have an actual argument saying this is when George said, okay, this is Luke Starkiller. He is this and this. This is Leia Starkiller's sister. This is this, or whatever.
Well, the Starkillers Han changed.
Can I finish, please?
Yeah, I mean,
okay. Yeah, it's like Chris kept on saying, yeah, they changed the story because of this, but when somebody actually does it in writing, they will actually have the character, like I said before, the character bio. It's what's called a bio. The backstory. It's basically a bio of the character. Lucas had one when he was pitching the story. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, there's this script here. I don't know about any of these guys right here, but this one person did this, one person did this. That's not a production meeting.
There's another video out there that he even states that he didn't want to give anybody any.
No more videos. I'm getting the people's.
No, I have to look for it. No, but in his words, what he said was, "I wanted to throw people into this without any exposition at all."
Danny, what do you think? Because I'm not arguing anymore. I just want to hear what you guys have to say.
Before you fall asleep, Danny, speak up.
I don't know anything about post-production, whatever, but common sense would tell me if I have a movie idea, I would have to have some kind of background on characters and be able to paint them a picture. So when they ask me these questions, because I'm asking for all this money and a chance, I could be able to say, hey, well, Elihu comes from here, LDG comes from here, Danny comes from here, Gascar comes from here, JJ comes from here, Chris comes from here. If not, if I go in there half-assed, then I don't think I'm gonna get the money. So it makes sense to me logically that if he pitched that idea, he would have a backstory and be able to paint a very clear picture of what's going on, and able to convince the people with the purse to open up the purse strings and let me get some of that money to make this movie. That's my opinion. But I haven't heard anything either one of y'all said. I just jumped on, but just from a common sense, what I think would happen. That's my opinion.
I think it's more of a case of people taking George Lucas's word as gospel when he's changed it so many times. But
well, I'm sure some of that's true, but like I said, we won't know unless we get him on the phone. And I just want to thank you.
I will do whatever the fuck I have to do it, because this stuff is what drives me nuts.
Love to see that.
Can you imagine him going into? Can you imagine him going into a meeting and them asking him, "Oh, you mentioned the Clone Wars. What's the Clone Wars?" Well, I don't know
what they were doing. They were so perplexed by the words coming out of the script that, again, if you watch Mark Hamill, they would laugh at when they would try to say the script, the lines. They were laughing because they were like, "Who talks like this?" No executive is going to ask him for stuff they don't understand. They're going to sit there and like, what? I guess they were ready to scrap the film 3 or 4 times.
Go ahead, Danny.
So I'm understanding what Chris saying is when he pitched his movie, he had basic ideas. He kind of just pulled out his ass as the story went along. That's what you're saying? That's what you believe?
No, he had Star Wars. And
he doesn't believe that he had any backstories.
He didn't care. And he even, again, I'm not going to look for the video right now. I'll look for it some other time if you want me to. But it's in all these documentaries where he basically says, I wanted to throw the people in without exposition. Exposition is backstory. It's understanding of what's going on.
But not giving it to us doesn't mean he didn't have it. He wanted us to start in the middle.
He came up with it in 1981 after he had suggested these things, that he had to have some reason for what was going on.
I remember hearing about 4 videos. I know is I showed 4 videos with him saying that he wrote the script and had backstories for them.
So you want to nail this one? Get him on the phone.
The Clone Wars, the mentioning of the Clone Wars, I believe he did mention that he just wanted to say a battle happened, but he had no idea what really.
And that's that details, and I don't doubt that either. Right, he didn't have the details, I'm sure, but he had an idea.
He had the names.
And
then when he wanted, you're right. He had the names. I think what happened is he had these names. He knew that they would be important pieces of a puzzle. And when he got to 1981, he said, okay, I know there's a Clone War. I know that the Emperor, I wanted him to be, he took over the Senate. I know there's a Senate. I know that Leia is a senator. I know that these things have to go.
That's a backstory.
But that happened in 81. He didn't have any idea.
But he said he wrote it when he wrote the script, and he wrote Star Wars in 1979.
Then I think the problem here, Anzo, is I don't call that a backstory. I call that generic
synopsis.
Ideas.
But it's a backstory, regardless of what you
Backstory to
call it.
me is literally telling me
Regardless of what
this is where it
that
is.
is not.
This is how it happened.
That is not. A backstory could just be saying that I personally have a kid. You know what I mean? And my kid is 19 years old. As long as you tell something about my story that's going forward or backwards, that's a backstory.
I think a backstory has a lot more
if you say
concept to it.
Anzo's mother and father died when he was 6 years old, but my story starts when I'm 20, that's a backstory. You may not have the whole story, but you have a backstory. You know that this kid's mother died when he was 6 years old. That's
you have
a
the important
backstory.
parts to make more
I don't
from
think
it.
he had even that.
It's
But
called
he
the
said
character
he
bio.
did. And I have the video. But anyways, we'll move on to the next topic.
Again, I think what we need to do is exactly.
It's 1, 2,
I got
3,
a couple
4,
people
and
that
2.
I got a couple people I know that
I'm not going through this again. It's
No.
done.
What I'm
Get 'em
saying
on
is
the
I got a
phone.
couple people who are still associated with Lucasfilm. I will ask them if there's any way that they could ever make
I
that
am
happen.
done. Oh, getting Lucas? Go ahead.
If I could get him, and I'm not saying I can because that's a long shot, but if I could get him,
You can't afford
Be a
it.
fun.
You can't afford it.
Dude, who knows? I got a guy coming on that's a part of Clone Wars that's going to be coming on.
No, Chris, what I'm saying, George Lucas himself, you will not talk to that man. You'll never be able to afford it to have an interview because he's going to get paid for that shit.
I don't know. I'll try. I didn't say I'm going to do it, but I'll
All you have
try.
to do is pay him enough for one question. That's it.
Ninja said Anzo has more proof, so Anzo wins.
Anzo has no proof except for words. I have dates. I have a
Chris is arguing that not the whole details were there. Your date doesn't mean nothing. I had the words from his mouth. Anyways, next topic. We're getting to
Listen, I had a date too, but you know what? She was awesome.
And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 people on the panel that also agree with me. So, with that being said, next first topic. First topic.
Whoa. That wasn't the first topic.
Hold on.
First topic. I quit.
I am 1 hour behind, and this is just the first topic.
There you go.
Yeah, that was supposed to only last for 30 minutes, but it went way too long. That's why
you should phantom zone yourself for thinking that was only going to be a few minutes. So, are you serious?
Well, I had a whole plan for it, but I guess I was wrong. But anyways, first topic is another villain from Peter Parker Past is joining on Spider-Man 3. It has been confirmed that Alfred Molina will reprise his role as Dr. Octopus. The actor previously played the part in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man alongside Tobey Maguire's version of the Marvel hero. Yet it appears that we are venturing further into multiverse territory here as Tom Holland's Spider-Man will now tangle his web with Molina. Do you want to see him return for Spider-Man 3? Whoever wants to start off the topic can start it off. Actually, let's go with Danny since he just reached.
Hell yeah, I like to see that. He was my second favorite bad guy in that Spider-Man series. The first one, Mysterio, but I wouldn't mind seeing him again.
You're gonna say Mysterio.
So, what you say?
So I had a feeling when you said second, I was like, I bet she says Mysterio, and son of a bitch, you said Mysterio right after I thought it.
Yeah, Mysterio.
Good pick.
Yeah, Mysterio's number one. Doc's two. I kind of sort of like the Lizard. But
Venom.
I wouldn't mind seeing him.
What about-
I think no.
Comic Venom too, not that.
I like the Venom movie, but the Venom in Spider-Man 3, that Spider-Man series, no, I don't. I didn't like him at all. But I think Molina is a very good actor. I think he would step it up. I don't understand why they kill all the villains. That just blows my mind. But my top three would definitely be him, Vulture, and Mysterio. So either one of those three, I'd be happy to see them reprise the role in upcoming Spider-Man 3.
Chris Knight.
I have an issue with it. I liked his character, and two, I think it was one of the best represented to this date. villains. I'm interested in the whole Spider-Verse thing being live action. This makes me further think that as you hear more of this, that Sony's slowly just basically knowing that Disney eventually is going to get this, so they might as well involve Disney however they can. And so they're just opening up the books to bring everybody in, because I mean, we're already hearing that Andrew Garfield's probably coming back, Tobey Maguire. So I think this is just Sony saying, you know what, if we're going to make these movies everything they can be, we just need to open up the book on everything we've done and introduce a story we've already done, which is Into the Spider-Verse. And they'll just be doing it live action. So, yeah, but Alfred Molina was absolutely one of the best portrayed, or he portrayed that villain probably better than any other villain in probably all of them so far.
Flashback to a kid.
Oh shit! He left. You see that down there? He left. Wow.
Yeah, he left.
Yeah, he left.
Dr. David Bruce Banner.
Mic drop.
To the secret human strength that all humans have. Then one day, an accidental overdose of gamma radiation altered his body.
Man, a grown man quit.
Hey man, if he's mad at that, that's not my fault. You know what I mean? He should have come better with his information.
I don't think he's mad.
Hey,
is he?
He left. Anyways,
who's next? Who's
Go ahead,
next?
Eli.
Go ahead, Eli.
Okay. I am actually looking forward to Alfred because Jamie Foxx has been confirmed to be coming back as Electro, and I'd love to see an Electro Octavius team up. I mean, this is basically the MCU's new introduction to MCU Stage 2, because they're introducing all these characters. What's it? Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson is confirmed to be in it, which basically means he must be off the Skrull ship and back on Earth, because it's not. They haven't said it's going to be the Skrull being the Samuel Jackson, but I'm assuming they're going to continue on with the MCU universe. Samuel Jackson has to be off the ship and back on Earth. I just hope they actually make more villains, because like who said that in the comments about the live action Sinister Six? Yeah, I would love to see live action. Yeah, David Quintana. Sorry, yeah, I would love to see Multiverse 6, because they already have confirmed a Into the Spider-Verse cartoon Part 2, Miles Morales. They're already doing that one.
Let me ask you a question, Eli.
Yeah.
So you like Jamie Foxx?
Yes. The way they had his voice vibrating, the static by his bald head. I mean, I love that special effect on him.
I liked him as Electro too. I just didn't like before he became Electro. I can say that.
I know he was too nerdy and goofy. Yeah.
Yeah, but once he became Electro, I thought he was cool.
Yeah. He embottomized it, Chris.
I want to see him. I rumors that they're gonna put him in the traditional green and yellow suit. I don't hope they don't do that. I don't want to see with that big star on his head.
He's gonna clash with Benedict Cumberbatch, so.
I mean, I'm excited. Well, I'm not excited that he's coming back. He was good, yes, but again, I feel like they're fishing back. I guess the multiverse thing, that's why they would bring him back, and he's familiar and people liked him. But how about having like a new character like the Scorpion? Somebody fresh that they haven't really.
Man, I want to see Craven the Hunter, bro. That's what I want to see.
Craven the Hunter.
John Jonah Jameson. They brought him back from another.
That's
world. So, hey.
He's the one who breaks the news, right? That he's Peter Parker.
Yeah, the right-wing news, the Alex Jones of the world.
There ain't gonna be a lot of special effects for him either.
Who didn't speak?
JJ.
Well, personally, Doc Ock wasn't one of my favorite characters, but for the time and the technology, they made him look, pretty good. Okay, imagine now with Marvel CGI behind it. He would make a great Doc Ock, and they would make him look absolutely gorgeous. I think it would look good, because trust me, my favorite character of the Maguire films was Willem Dafoe as the Vulture. Okay, and I believe now with Tom
Green Goblin.
Holland. Well, Green Goblin. My bad. Green Goblin. I got him confused.
It's okay.
But still, I'm talking about you got two different characters that fly on something. So that's, I guess, where the comparison went. But you come to Homecoming and you got Michael Keaton as a Vulture. Oh hell, I loved it. He looked awesome. I thought Mysterio looked beautiful as hell, man. I love that shit. So yeah,
So you like the Goblin's costume, JJ?
Yeah.
From which one?
The Maguire's the Green Goblin.
Oh no, I hated that one, man.
It was too plasticky. Yeah, it's too plasticky.
Well, you can tell it was.
I'm sorry. From the Maguire one, I was thinking Andrew. No, I love the one from Maguire. William Dafoe.
William Dafoe. Yeah. But thinking they were the same one, and I apologize, gentlemen, for that. But Michael Keaton as Vulture, that blew me away. So I'm pretty sure they'll bring this guy in and make him absolutely gorgeous as a Spider-Man villain. Now, if you have to have a second one with him, which I think more than one is overkill most of the time, you could bring the Vulture back. He gets out of prison or something like that, or even Electro. Sandman's been overdone.
Please no Marco.
So was Dr. Octopus.
You can bring the Lizard in there.
How's the Sandman been overdone? He's only been done one time.
And it was overdone.
Yeah, Clint Marco was supposed to be the big old bad guy, but he's not be a good guy. I'm like, come on.
But I don't think Sandman was the problem in that movie. I prefer him over Venom.
He's actually a good Sandman. They really found somebody with that guy.
Yeah, I think so too.
He was comic book accurate. He wasn't a problem.
Yeah, but they made him the good guy at the end. He's supposed to be the hardcore villain.
I'm just
I didn't care for it.
That part I can understand, them making him good at the end, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But man, I thought he did an amazing job, and I think that scene where he's turning into Sandman, I think that's one of the best scenes in any Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that looked good. That was beautifully done. I'm just saying the entire character itself. It was just no, I wasn't a fan of it.
Gotcha.
But
Pickles. Oh, sorry, JJ. I thought you
no, it's cool. I'm just saying, I don't want nobody to hate it. If y'all love that shit, it's just, sometimes you just see something, it's like, it's not my thing, or I didn't care for it.
I mean, we already got Dr. Aki. Okay, we already got him. Why are we going back there? Not only that, but I'm tired of seeing these movies trying to copy the comics and then not copy the comics at the same time. Okay? You're either going to do the comics or you're not going to do the comics. If you're not going to do the comics, come up with some original freaking idea. Then fight someone completely different. Yeah, go ahead.
So you want to see the exact same comic book story in live action?
Actually, you know what? Not the exact same, but like I said, I would like to see something pretty damn close. Yes, absolutely. I think that would be great. I don't want to see it exact 100%, but we're not even getting that. I mean, look at Endgame, for God's sakes. We got like 5% of what the Infinity Gauntlet.
Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I knew he was going to bring that up.
5% of what the Infinity Gauntlet actually is. That's how much we got.
LDG, stop and think about it for a minute. Okay, you're getting right now, and I'm just using Spider-Man as a basis. Okay, right now you're getting original story because all the comic book guys are saying exactly what you're saying. It's not accurate or it's not accurate enough. No, these are original storylines and everybody's bitching about it.
No, I'm sorry. You can't call it original if you're basing it on something that is already pre-established.
Storyline
means original.
Storyline based upon original
Based on the
characters.
story. Yeah, that's what it means.
Say what
Based-
you want. I think the movies would be a lot more successful if we got like 75% of what the story. Now, if you want to branch out, then branch out. They're not branching out. We're trying to rewrite history. That's the problem. They're not branching out with the story. Let Spider-Man fight somebody new. I mean, it's time for someone else to get the spotlight. I don't want to see Dr. Octopus again. As much as I like him, I don't want to see Venom again. Well, I kind of do want to see Venom again. I really like Venom. Matter of fact, I wouldn't mind seeing some kind of maximum carnage in Venom and Spider-Man.
You will see carnage in Venom too.
I mean, or some original fights that we don't see, like Spider-Man versus Hulk or the Silver Surfer, but they ain't gonna do that. But give someone original. Go outside. If you're gonna create an original story, give us an original story, something we haven't seen before, something that we can't even tie, and people like me can't even say, oh, they tried copying something. Go completely original with Spider-Man, and then see how it goes with that.
But then you got the same argument with the same fans that if you get too close to what it is, then they'll start bitching about that. Oh, it's a ripoff. Hey, let's talk about the Force Awakens
they're
for a
rebooting
moment.
origin stories. That's why.
Yeah, I understand
the
that,
whole
but
Venom thing was an origin story of Sandman. That wasn't an expanded of the timeline. It was a reboot of the origin story of Venom. The reboot of an origin story of Sandman.
I understand that.
That wasn't an extension.
I understand that, but people ask for different. When they get different, they're upset with it. When it gets too much to the same, normally the same people get upset with it because case in point, Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Okay, we thought we were getting something new, something different, and we did. It looked. It's my only comparison right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
We thought we were going to see something new, something different, and we did. The movie was beautiful. It was visually gorgeous. Okay, but almost act by act of the movie, it was mirroring A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and people complained about that. So I can't see how anybody can be happy with whatever we're given.
The problem is we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen one Marvel movie even try to say, okay, we're tired. We're actually gonna give you a story that's 75% of the story that you see in the comics.
But
we'll change some details.
You got to look at it.
Haven't seen it done yet.
You have not seen one yet, done yet, Pickles. You have not seen one. That's the point.
But hang on.
What do you mean? If I haven't seen it, no one's seen it. What's your point?
I have. We have. You
give me one example. One example.
You said there's 7 people on the panel. You're the only one that's complaining about.
Give me one movie that was 75% like the story was supposed to be.
First off, hold on.
But LDG,
one.
I done.
And if you say Fantastic Four, I'll fantasize myself.
Hold on, guys.
Harry Potter 4, Harry Potter 5.
No,
Harry
I'm talking Marvel. I'm saying Marvel.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Gaish hasn't said anything yet, so Gaish, go say what you have to say on the topic.
I'm saying
Chris
that I understand. I understand what Pixels is saying. Like for me, the fact that I didn't like Spider-Man 3 for various reasons. The way they introduced Venom, I hated it. Right, with the freaking Rock coming in and all that shit. I didn't like it. It wasn't true to what the origin story was. And yes, the comic fans are always going to be harder to please because we've got so much history and years of character development that they're trying to squish into one 2-hour movie, right? So of course they're using it as a backstory, right? And what can you do? I get it, but you have to separate the two. You have to respect the movie as much as it's a good movie or not a good movie, and split it. They completely split them off. You can't go in there full expecting the comic book. It's never gonna happen. And if they do,
I agree with that. I agree with that. And like I said with Endgame, I didn't want a copy of the Infinity Gauntlet comic books. I wanted the movie to be based on the same story the comic was based on. I don't want the details and exact every frame by frame shown on the movie. Not what I want. but I want the story to be the same. I want Venom's origin story to be the same. I want Spider-Man's origin story to be the same. And like I said, with Spider-Man 3, you didn't need to show that Venom was old. You didn't need to go that way. People know Venom, just Venom. He's already there. Why do you have to origin story his ass? Just bring him on screen. Show this as a continuation that even the people who haven't watched the comics knows about Venom. Okay, they know Venom exists. They've seen him here, there.
Some people
You know
don't.
what I mean?
Some people don't. New experiences.
But more people do. More people do. Okay, I'm not going to say bow down to the 1% who never read a comic book, a Spider-Man comic book before. I'm talking about Marvel. We're not talking about some 2-bit, 2-cent magazine that we've never read before. We're talking about an American heritage comic that is worldwide known. Okay, I don't think there would have been a problem if Spider-Man 3 would have been without the origin stories of Venom.
Chris, you have something to say?
About...
Hold on, Eli. Let Chris say what he had to say.
All right, okay.
I mean, I understand what LEG's saying. I mean, yeah, I think that those of us who read those comic books and stuff would love to see what was in the comic books, because it's not quite a book. So yeah, it's not like they can't put it on there. There's not a lot of dialogue. So it's in itself a comic book. A comic book is very much an outline in itself. But I disagree. I think the thing is the people you hang out with, people like us, you're going to know more people who know about it than don't know about it.
That's
Two, I think that I think that what they're doing is they're trying to play both sides of it. The newbie who doesn't know enough and the ones who know a lot, and give them some sort of a cross.
One size fits all. They're trying to make everybody happy, especially the JWs, the Just Whiners.
I'm not disagreeing with that. It's the same thing as I kind of see the Mandalorian being. It is a mix of the stuff
that's fine.
Disney claims isn't real, the stuff that is Disney, and sometimes you got to do that because they got to find that get that
in between
thing.
And I think that's fine, but give us one movie. Why don't you give the core comic book people one movie
I'm gonna say
where
this.
we do it this way?
I can.
I'm gonna say one thing before we move on to the next topic is just because you see a comic book doesn't always mean it will translate to movie. Case in point, The Killing Joke. I love that comic book. That was my favorite comic book of all time. But the movie, which was word for word, scene for scene from the comic book, did not play out as well as the book did. For whatever reason, it just didn't. And sometimes you get stories that just The Killing Joke.
Killing Joke.
The Killing Joke.
Oh man,
yeah,
I like that last book. I thought it was awesome.
Listen, I'm not saying it wasn't.
It's a much better comic book.
Yeah, exactly. The comic book is so much better. For me, it just didn't play out right in animation. So sometimes you can't do the story.
Oh, but that was an okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, like a small percent of the people. To me, I don't read books. I don't read comics. I do know basics, you know, of how people got started, where they're at, you know, how they got to where they're at. But to me, these movies are my comics. So that's why I try to have to explain it that way, because I don't know backstory.
Right.
In depth. I don't know, you know, I don't know how the story's played out in the comics. What I'm seeing on screen is to me my comics, and that's all. That's the only reason why I argue that with you.
And you know what, JJ? To be honest with you, majority of the people that watch these movies, that's their comic book as well. You know, it's us nerds and stuff and geeks and stuff that are like, yeah, comic book this, and we read that. But majority of the people, it's their comic book. You know, so. With that being said, topic number 2 is the Suicide Squad. Now, it's not just Christopher Nolan who is unhappy about Warner's Media's recent decision to have all of its 2021 movies debut on HBO Max. It has come to light that James Gunn, director of The Suicide Squad, is also said to be displeased with the studio following its bombshell announcement last week. But this is quickly proving to be a decision that could backfire. As A-list talent across the board is angry with the studio for various reasons. Do you think James Gunn has a right to be mad?
I want to start this.
Sure, go ahead, Danny.
I don't think he got a right to be mad. He was hired and he was paid to be the director. As far as it stops. These people at the end of the day, it's a bottom line. It's a business. As well as it's an entertainment, it's a business. And business is bad right now because of COVID-19. So these people are going to make the hard decisions and say, are we going to make some money or are we going to make no money? So I know it's his baby. I know he's a director, but he's been paid. I'm pretty sure he's been paid, and those A-list actors have been paid. So they got their money. So the company that invested in investors, they don't have their money. So if you ain't got a viable solution to get me my money, then you need to shut the fuck up.
All right. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Is this? Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Yes, he does have the right to be mad. So does everybody else have the right to be mad. It's their opinion. It's their feeling. If a director, it's their baby. It's their project. I'm like, hey, yeah, I made this, but it's supposed to be for the public, for the out in the theaters. I'm mad about this. Why are you putting it on television? You got less platform people actually experience this whole as it is supposed to meant to be. Yeah, he has all right to be mad.
You froze.
Yeah, he did.
Oh shit! I don't see myself freezing. So hang on.
Yeah, we can hear you, but
okay.
But
Okay. Well, you guys have frozen.
Switch your avatar. Just switch to your avatar and finish.
Okay.
There you go.
Here. Okay. What was I saying again? Oh yeah. Yeah, he has every single right to be mad because if a studio gets pressured up by a director, sometimes the studio actually go with the director's the point of view in a way. It's like, okay, yeah, we see this. They can have a meeting back and forth, and they have a production meeting. It's like, okay, what is your point of layout point about this and this and this, and what's your reasoning for this and this and this? They have all right to explain it to the director. That's part of the contracts.
Eli, I just want to make you butter to that.
Okay,
You're
go ahead,
absolutely right. But that's just the creative side of it. He has the right to be mad. But the business side of it, he don't have a dog in that fight.
Chris?
But I believe. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
Have you ever had an argument?
Let Chris go. He was waiting before.
No, go ahead, guys.
Have you ever had an argument with your boss, and your boss is like, "Oh yeah, that way is correct."
And I have my boss too, and he said, "It's gonna be my way, and you need to shut the fuck up. You ain't gonna have a job." And you know what I do? I shut the fuck up and go to my office.
That's when I say, "Fuck you," I quit. Because I do not work with assholes like that. Any boss, and yeah, okay, any boss, anybody I work with, there has to be at least some compromise here. It's like, hey, how do we get this job done correctly in the best way possible?
Okay. I'm kind of exaggerating what I said with that, but if the boss finally says at the end of the day, look, I hear what you're saying.
If that's the final resolution,
this way.
Yeah, that's the final. Yeah, sorry, but if that's the final resolution. There's not been a final. There hasn't been a final resolution on exactly what's going to be released. It said, yeah, we're going to release this stuff here. We're scheduled to release this. It's not been confirmed to be released. Scheduled to be released. So he still has a fighting chance.
Okay. No, it's confirmed. All those movies that are.
I know. I've only read scheduled to be released, not confirmed.
No, all confirmed. They have dates for every single movie that's coming out for the next year, and it's one a month. We checked it out.
Sometimes it's two.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Well, Geisgard, did you want to say something?
Go ahead.
The way I understood it was this is both to theater and their streaming service at the same time. Well, not every one of them, but like the big ones are going to be both.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Christopher Nolan right now, I have a right to be mad. I guess you do, but why are you going to be mad? Because unfortunately, the facts of the matter are that's the options right now. If you want your movie out there, if you want to get it done and not have this giant, and we talked about this 6 months ago about this giant backlog that's going to start happening. This is how you got to do it. I don't agree with it. I don't want things to go to streaming. I don't think it's the end of movies, but it is the only thing that they have available to themselves right now.
And it's exactly like you said. They need to make back some sort of money. With all the money that they've lost, they got to salvage something. Gaishka.
That's right.
The thing is that I think they get a bonus depending how many millions they do in the box office. I think that's why they're pissed. And the reality is that the fact that they're streaming, it's easier for people to bootleg it and crack it and have it out there in good quality. So that's what they're pissed off at. That the fact that it's going to be leaked, people are going to be streaming. I don't think, is HBO Max available here in Canada? I don't think it is. Exactly.
Bootlegging that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly, right? So
people
right
bootleg
there,
movies.
how much of the money are they going to lose, right?
People bootleg theater movies all the time. You can find them online. Cam
Yeah,
versions,
when a movie goes out in theater, right? The quality is not good until maybe 2 to 3 weeks in, right?
I don't know what stream. I don't know what you're looking at.
No,
I guess I'm a little.
I'm like, what's you going on, man?
I mean, you're gonna download good quality HD with surround sound 5.0.
Nope.
You're not gonna get that till 3 to 4 weeks in.
Not surround sound. You might get HD, but
yeah, you might get HD.
Theater is more than just 1080.
I have no surround sound. I prefer with good sound, so I don't care about surround.
But you may have a good quality, but you will never get a DVD Blu-ray quality until like 2 weeks later, unless a promotional CD is going around, and that's a fact because I've been doing this shit for a long time. Or it's leaked. Right?
I can get why they're upset. That's.
But now the minute Wonder Woman,
you on
I know they don't want to pull a Mark Ruffalo, so nothing's gonna get leaked here.
No, but what I'm saying is the minute Wonder Woman 84 hits HBO Max, the quality is going to be bootlegged, good quality, that exact same day.
Yeah.
And
no, I'm telling you, the exact same.
And then we're gonna get an email from our internet provider saying, "We got notice that you were downloading. Please don't do that again."
Oh yeah, that's just because you didn't know they didn't know what they were doing. You got to be careful. But can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, dude, Sam Louie, really? I mean, this is the guy who made all the cartoon freaking Batman, Justice League, and whatever. And you're gonna compare The Killing Joke to a billion-dollar, multi-million-dollar movie that we're talking about on comics? Seriously? I mean, this guy
I thought it was
an animated series. I'm not talking about that because I have no clue. That was the worst Joker. Even with Mark Hamill and the killing Joker, whatever, the Killing Joke, that was the worst Joker voice from Mark Hamill ever. No wonder that movie sucked. Okay, but I'm talking about making a good
with that, bro. The movie was 100% same as the comic book, and it just didn't make a good movie, regardless of whether Mark Hamill
did it wrong. It doesn't matter if it's the same; it's how you do it. It's not what you do; it's how you do it.
Anyways,
and they did that movie wrong.
Did you see it?
I'm watching clips from it and everything right now. And
but you didn't see it, right? You didn't see it, right?
All I had to hear was.
So all you're doing.
All I had to hear was the worst Joker voice from Mark Hamill. Don't even ask me what I think he sounds like in that movie. He ruined the Joker's voice.
You're still talking about people's stuff and what they said. So watch the movie yourself and then come back with.
I'm watching the clips.
No. Watch the movie. Watch the movie and then come back with.
I already hate what I see. hate what I see.
Cliff Notes are not allowed, Pickles.
And who else
say what you want,
on
man.
this? Did anybody else speak on this topic?
Chris,
everybody spoke on it.
JJ, no.
JJ. Your mic is off.
All I got to say is you bitches is crazy. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck. Okay, right now I don't because it's the same argument as the very first one when the show started. Okay, Danny, you're absolutely correct. Elihu, you're absolutely correct. It's just from whatever point you're looking at. Okay, he's the employee of the company, so what they say goes. But at the same time, he's the man making this. He wants us to be seen in the best quality possible, the best action, drama, romantic comedy, whatever the hell it is. He wants you to be able to see it the best way possible. And yeah, I would be upset about that too. So it doesn't matter who has the right to be upset. The fact is, the opinions are there, the feelings are there. Both have the right to be upset.
I
You
don't
know,
think anybody. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
No, I was just gonna say, Danny,
Hey,
gotta
guys,
go.
I got
Prince, and speak after that. You want to plug your channel before you go, real quick, Danny?
I want these two guys to my left and right. You see one, you probably see the other. All three of us. Thank you. We support it. Tomorrow night we'll be on Chris' show, The Rule of Three. Please catch that. Hopefully my job will allow me tonight. They had me running all across creation. But as always, I enjoy talking to you guys. Catch y'all next week.
all right, have a good one, Danny.
Be safe. All right.
Chris.
I was just gonna say, no matter what side of this you're on, I don't think there's anybody happy. The fans aren't happy. The moviegoers aren't happy. The stay-at-home people aren't happy. The guys that wrote the movies aren't happy. The actors aren't happy. The movie companies aren't happy. The directors aren't happy. Nobody's happy about this. Nobody wanted this because this is just the way it is, unfortunately. Huh?
I'm happy about it.
What I mean is, would you prefer to go see Wonder Woman 84 in a theater or at
home? I probably would.
There are certain movies I call theater movies. That's where I have to go see it. I have several decent sized TVs. I got a projector. I can put it up on my wall. I'm still not going to get that movie.
The theater experience. I get it. For me, I don't think Wonder Woman's one of that movies for me that really needs to be there. So when Christmas Day comes out, I'm going to sit on my couch. I'm going to have my dinner, some baked chicken, potatoes, and I'm going to sit down and watch Wonder Woman.
Don't think for a second I'm not getting HBO Max for at least 3 to 4 months.
Right.
Yeah. For real,
I'm not getting HBO Max. I'm still getting Wonder Woman.
I could say I'm all about the theater experience, but I'm with Hanzo on this. You know, if I have the opportunity to watch it at home, I can sit back, got my feet cranked back, smoking my bowl, you know, getting a buzz, enjoying some nice looking Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? I can go either way with it, actually.
Yeah, for me, for this. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. It was a brain fart.
For this movie, I can do that. You know what I mean? If it was a Star Wars movie, a Marvel movie, like Black Widow, it might be a little bit different for me. You know, I love the first Wonder Woman, but I could sit home and watch this one. I really could. Okay. Now, I would prefer to see it in theater, but, you know, our theaters here in Canada are closed, so I don't even have that option. At least you guys have the option to go. So
not here.
I mean, we still do, as far as I know, but it's, again, everything's getting really close to not having that option again.
Yeah, movie theaters are closed in San Francisco.
Because I was seeing today, guys, cases are getting bad or worse again, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So, so they might close you guys down too. Hopefully, they won't do it for Christmas Day, which I don't think they will. I think they'll probably keep it open for Christmas Day to at least for theaters to try and make back some money. But I think if it gets worse by New Year's, everything will be locked down again.
Trying to pick over the bottom.
And we're going to the final topic of the night, guys, which is new Marvel and Star Wars movies. Now, make sure to mark December 10th in your calendars, as it will reportedly be the day that Disney unveils several new big and small screen projects across the Marvel and Star Wars and Pixar brands. According to these reports, the studio giant is planning to announce new projects from Marvel, Lucasfilm, and Pixar that will encompass I can barely see it. TV as well as theatrical, as at its Disney's Investors Day, with the announcement designed to signal not only the future return of normality, but also to show that they have far from abandoned theatrical releases. Are you ready for new news on Star Wars and Marvel December 10th? JJ, start it up, man. Know you a Star Wars man, so let's hear what you guys say.
I'll mute it this time.
Real quick, the beginning of that, where was this announced? For what?
It's going to be December 10th. I don't know if they're going to have an internet thing or whatever, but December 10th they're going to talk about
Okay, because it was kind of sounding like almost like a D23 style thing.
Mhm.
Because I think they do that every couple years. Um, I would, if it was put in the right hands, I'm gonna be completely honest. Um, when I saw the unveiling for Phase 4, I was thoroughly disappointed.
Mhm.
As a whole, there are some stuff in there I'd like to see, but as a whole, I thought it was a big disappointment. Uh, we already seen what they had to offer us for Star Wars. Now, I'm not going to sit here and hate on Disney Star Wars. I liked it, but it was not great movies like what we had gotten in the past. Um, um, sure, I'd be interested to see some stuff from well, not really Pixar. I'm not a Pixar watcher, but Disney and Star Wars. Yeah, I'd like to see what they're coming up with. Um, but only if it's put in the proper hands. Now, if Kevin Feige's still doing this for Marvel, then all I got to do is worry about his writing. What's the story going to be? What's it going to be about? How's it going to play out? Star Wars. Okay, let's see what part of our storyline they're going to fuck up now. That's how I'm starting to feel. You know, but I'd like to see what they're coming up with. They might have actually gotten the picture and tried something completely different. But we won't know until then. That's pretty much my thoughts on that. I'm not excited. I may be looking forward to it, but I'm not excited.
Really? So what if they're announcing like some really big movies that they haven't announced yet? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It just all depends on what they are, because
X-Men movie. I'm thinking we could get an announcement for an X-Men movie, maybe a Fantastic Four movie. Hey, man,
Well, come on. If it's
they
an
release Phase 5,
Fantastic Four will be released, by the way.
all right, listen. X-Men, they've tried twice already. This will be the third. Not them, but X-Men this will be the third try. They've got to get this shit right, because the first set of X-Men films, they were okay, but not necessarily the greatest in the world. The second set, with the younger cast, still not what I was looking for. They got to get this shit right, if it's X-Men, or if it's a new Spider-Man movie, or they're going to start throwing some more stuff out there. Any one of the characters in the IP, it don't matter. They got to get it right. Okay, they just can't start throwing some half-ass shit at us. Same thing with Star Wars. Okay, like I said last week, I think it was. No, this was on the Weekly Rumble last week. If they went back to towards the beginning, say right before the first schism, this is right before the first Jedi Sith war. How the Jedi became Jedi, how they found Tython, stuff like that. Start at the beginning and start creating new storylines. I'd be all in it to win that, as long as they did it right. But I'm not excited for nothing anymore. That's just the basis of it all. Well, I look forward to it, sure, because I'm a fan. But I'll never be excited for anything again.
Eli, you have something to say?
Pixar. If you're a fan of Pixar, you realize that they hide a clue to the next movie in the movie you're currently watching. Yeah, it's like I'm not really excited for Pixar announcements. Like, okay, I'll just go rewatch the movie and look for the Easter egg. I'm not excited for any Pixar. I mean, yeah, I like some of their stuff like Incredibles, but yeah, they gotta do something else that's not a little kiddie-ish, because their audience is actually our age. Come on, we love Pixar stuff. We love the Incredibles. We love the Croods. Star Wars, I have to agree with JJ. They tried a single backstory, didn't work, like Solo. They need a generalized backstory because, like JJ said on the Rumble, they have a whole entire universe. It all happened in the past. Marvel, I am really looking forward to a Fantastic Four. They tried it. They fucked up last time, but they're not going to do the same route. They say they're not going to do the same route as they did last time. New thing, new version of Johnny Storm, new version of Johnny, new version of Susan Storm, basic Mr. Fantastic. And if Marvel actually continues, if I remember that list right, and wait, also I thought it froze for a second. I'm sorry. If I remember that list right, they came out with last year. the Shaolin, the Ten Rings. I'm not really interested in that backstory. They're trying to do some backstories that's not really going to work. They need to continue on with characters, the stories we already actually know, like they did with Spider-Man. They didn't do a backstory for Spider-Man. They just threw him right on in. People love that.
All right. And who's up next?
I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that for Star Wars movies coming out, they should really like branch off completely and hit the old Republic and start off something fresh. I know there was rumors of Feige being called in to talk about it. At one point, they had the writers of the Game of Thrones coming in as well, and when that went down the shitter, apparently. But obviously, they want to go in that direction, so hopefully they do, and they come up with something completely fresh. Even if they hit the video games for their ideas, right? But they need to completely leave the Skywalker saga alone. They killed that. It's done. And regarding Marvel, well, I know there was rumors about that they want the new phase. They want to go into another like not Infinity War, but something that is going to hook them all up together again. You know, is it the Secret Wars? I know that was rumored to be one. So for me, if they go that route, I will kind of be disappointed because that's where, you know, the real Venom comes in, right? That's where the symbiote came in for Spider-Man. It was in the Secret Wars. So I don't know what they're going to do. I know they're going to bring out the X-Men characters. That's rumored. Wolverine is rumored to be in the next phase at some point. So they're going to probably branch out the X-Men from there. Excited to see it, yes, because, you know, it's it would be a breath of fresh air with everything we're living right now to have something forward to look forward to. So that's my 2 cents.
LG.
You're muted.
Hey, he's muted. I mean, oh shit, dude, you muted. Can't hear you.
He knew he was muted.
LDG, Chris?
Do I want to see more of the same?
Yeah, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead. Say it. No, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Do I want to see more of the same? Honestly, no. I want to see either completely original ideas, or I want to see storylines that actually follow the original stories to begin with. I'm tired of these cop-outs, different universes, different this, that bullshit. I always like hearing good news about new stories, but I've just been completely disappointed with a lot of the stuff that they've been coming out with. I'm sorry. I just hold my movies to higher standards. Yeah, so we'll see.
And
we'll see what they do. I'm tired of being let down, especially Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
Don't get me started on
movie.
Fantastic
Oh
Four too.
I could.
All of them, not the last one.
Well,
all of them, and that includes freaking
I was
Galactus'
actually
shadow.
looking forward to another one to see. Once I saw Silver Surfer, I was like, okay. I actually thought it was gonna go towards, you know, Infinity.
I thought it was gonna be the bomb.
Yeah. I was like hoping, are they gonna go that way? Because I wasn't aware with the whole rights and Marvel and all that stuff. Who had rights to what? So I thought they were gonna go Infinity War, right? With that, with seeing Silver Surfer come in, but I was wrong.
Well, it is rumored that the Baxter building is the new Stark Tower.
Mm-hmm.
So that's supposed to bring, that's supposed to bring in the Fantastic Four. And the little Easter egg when Spider-Man landed, they had that little background in the background. Yeah, the 432 question mark. Yeah, what's coming next? Yeah. That was confirmed. So.
And Chris, go ahead.
And I've always said it. Jedi, Sith, make a Disney Plus series and show us all the Jedi, all the Sith. I mean, one episode, one Sith, one episode, one Jedi. Go back and forth, do whatever. Have them intertwine. I don't care. Do one season of one Jedi, one Sith, something like that. Stay away from the movies right now. Let the movies. That's still a boiling pot. Let that sit. I just don't think they're going to get a movie right now. Get crazy KK out of there. Hopefully. and just let that sleep for a while. Marvel,
She's not done yet. I thought she was out
this year, like supposedly in 13 days.
Really?
But
Okay.
a lot of what I've heard and a lot of speculation, and I
Yeah, by the end of
speculated
the year.
something that's not good, but whatever. I'm not going to go into that. But there's
Yeah,
a
isn't
lot of
there,
people that think,
isn't there a rumor that she's trying to extend her contract?
yeah, and I kind of wonder that if Iger does leave, if Iger isn't going to hand her the keys to the whole thing.
Oh God.
Well,
Yeah.
this is the thing.
But-
Well, hey, this is the thing, man. Regardless of what we think of Star Wars, she's made almost $1 billion on every movie except for Solo.
I know.
Right? She's made the money, so I don't know, man. It worries me too that she might not leave, but
I mean, I stay away from the movies right now. Marvel, I'm still hopeful for Phase 4. There's only one movie that I'm kind of like, what the hell are you planning on doing with it, which is Love and Thunder. We know that story. We know that story. If they don't kill her off at the end of that, that's a bad movie. Guaranteed. I heard something today about Phase 5 getting announced here really quick. Maybe that's what was in this article about it.
On the 10th?
Something like that, yeah. So I'm interested to see. I'm pretty sure, like you said, Fantastic Four is a big one. They're saying Captain Marvel 2, which now I guess there's rumors that Brie Larson might be out. I don't buy it, but whatever.
Neither do I.
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yep.
Possibly Avengers 5 at the end of it.
Black Panther 2.
Black Panther 2, yes, I've heard that.
Ant-Man and the Wasp 2. I mean, probably
the only one that's even worth watching. Matrix 4.
Hopefully. But I think that I mean, excited, I don't know. Cautiously optimistic is more where I would put myself.
I agree.
And I'll say, yeah, they can announce all the movies they want to, but they did that already, and then they end up changing the slate of movies later on, a couple years later.
Remember the horror franchise Universal wanted with the Mummy, Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde? They had a whole horror Universal thing going on. Then the Mummy
killed it on that.
Yeah.
That was the worst remake ever.
Yeah, exactly what you mean. I know exactly. Yeah.
I am crying for Scorpion King back. And the bad one, yes.
So
I actually like that one.
Which one? The Scorpion King with the Rock?
Yeah, I actually like that.
Oh, no. He was too badly
No,
CGI.
the one with Hulk Hogan.
He was too badly CGI, JJ.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That movie was trash.
No, I ain't talking about Mummy 2. I'm not talking about Mummy 2. I'm talking about the movie, The Scorpion King.
With the Rock.
The backstory, basically who he was.
Yeah.
Not when he was CGI.
Dude, man, Elihu-Who? Oh my God. Ooh, man, I'm gonna tell you what. I'll watch that movie any day of the week just because of her in it.
Okay, well, I guess if you want to watch it because of her, I understand that. But
it ain't about The Rock, dude. I'm talking about her.
I didn't like that movie at all.
You don't follow her on Twitter, do you?
No,
they have a word for people like that.
Not yet.
What's the word? What's the word? Pixel.
Stalker.
That's close.
That's why he's on fire.
At the end of the day, I'll be happy to hear their announcements. You know, I'll take it for a grain of salt because, like I said, they always change what they plan to do. But we'll see. I mean, December 10th, it's in 2 days, so we'll see what they announce. You know, and I'm like Aishka. I don't know if it has to be Knights of the Old Republic, but at the end of the day, they either have to go way into the future or way into the past to get rid of the Skywalker saga.
Future.
And they have to actually make sure that the stories are well done. Now, I think Mandalorian is kind of a test, you know what I mean? And people are liking what they're doing with Mandalorian right now. So they probably feel with the fact that Mandalorian is not universally hated. Well, hey, you know, we can start putting out these, and it doesn't even have to be fact. They could just be putting out little hints of this movie coming out and this movie to see if people will like, oh my God, I can't wait for that, or this sounds kind of stupid, you know? So we'll see what
Do
happens
you
December
think
10th.
that they're going to try to let Favreau and Filoni take the reins of any future movies?
Yes, Favreau.
No, not that. Do you think they will though? Because if let's say Kathleen Kennedy sticks around, does she give the reins over to C? Because you can't tell me she doesn't know that she's hated. Maybe she likes that. Maybe she doesn't give a shit. But perhaps she thinks if she gets this contract, she wants to keep it going, and she's like, okay, maybe because of how Mandalorian's going, I should hand this over to them and kind of be back here and be the person just saying yay or nay in little bits and pieces.
She's a businesswoman, right?
Well, they saw what they saw what Favreau did with the Iron Man and the whole MCU, so they gave him the chance with Star Wars, and he's Mandalorian. He's really kicking ass. He's really showing them, hey, this is what I can do, and they gave him the chance. Like, yeah, he's going to continue on as the main focus of the show.
You see, my thing is this, right? Yeah, let's say they do decide to give the reins to Favreau and Filoni, right? It's Kathleen Kennedy. She's still gonna be like, okay, you guys can do what you want to do, but you have to make sure it's a female lead. You have to make sure this. You have to make sure that. So I feel like she's gonna either still try to put her 2 cents or her feet in it and stuff like that, because I don't think they'll have the right to tell her not to interfere like they do with Mandalorian when it comes to the movie part of it, you know? So I mean, the only way for, I think, us to get really, really good Star Wars movies is I don't even think she has to step down. I think she just has to stop putting her 2 cents and then let these guys do what they're doing. So
yeah, basically, yeah, he knows what he's doing. It's like, hey, this is what I'm doing. People are loving this. There's been very little negative comment I've heard about the Mandalorian.
Well, that's what I said, right? She's a businesswoman, so it's doing well. She's gonna just let them do what they have to do, in my opinion. As long as it keeps doing well, she's gonna let them, and even give it more power to do whatever, a movie or whatever, right? But that's the rumor, right? That's why I honestly think that that's where they're going. They're going through an Ahsoka, Rebels, spin-off to with Ezra. So that's what I honestly think. That Jedi that's gonna show up, it's gonna probably be Ezra, in order to get that whole thing.
I agree.
Well, KK can run Lucasfilm to the ground. All I care. All right, but just let her do that. Let them two guys run the production departments and the entertainment that's coming out. Make them the producers, the writers. Give them that kind of lead and just let her run the company. Keep her nose out of it. Stay away from it. Let the guys do what they do best.
I agree.
Yep,
I agree with you 100%.
That would be the smart thing to do. She has yet to show that that's what she's able to do, and I don't know how it's working with Mandalorian. I don't know if that's her staying away, because I don't think so after episode 9.
Well,
if we've heard about episode 9,
rumor has it that she wasn't allowed on set during
that's
first
my
season.
point. Who's enforcing that though? Because if she's in charge of Lucasfilm, she should just be able to say, "Fuck all you, I'm coming in." Somebody's enforcing that, and that's why I do believe the one thing I think that George Lucas has a say in this, or that has any pull or push in this, is that George Lucas may have made a call to her and said, "Listen, let them do what they're doing and see what happens. Just leave it alone, please."
That's a good point.
For the sake of what I did, please just leave it alone. I think it was a phone call and that was it. And like I said, everything else I think he's doing is just showing up and saying, "Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, I just visit my old haunt, have a good time watching it, not having to deal with it."
Yeah, it's a good point, and we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, she's got to take a step down or something, because when we talk about what she's produced, they made money, but universally hated most of the movies. We got Mandalorian where she has no say in it and people are loving it. So that should tell Disney a lot. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about the money. So we don't know what she's gonna do. But I really hope that I don't care if she steps down, just as long as she keeps her nose out of it, So You know, she backstabbed George Lucas. She said they were gonna stay true to the characters, and then she didn't do that. So
Lied.
facts.
That again, lie.
Yeah, that bitch is crazy.
Exactly. So with that being said, guys, we are at the 2-hour mark. We are about to close this shop up. I do appreciate the conversation. I'm gonna go through the panel so that people can talk about their channels one last time. We'll start from the opposite end. So LDG Pixels. I'm so used to saying pickles. I'm trying to say pixels now instead of pickles, but I
Call
keep
him
saying
pickle.
pickles.
Call him pickle.
No. I'm gonna call him pickles. Pixels.
My name?
And
Why is my name so hard to say?
It's not. I just got used to saying pickles, but I'm gonna start calling them pixels. And then when we're backstage,
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm like looking at his name, and I'm like, I'm afraid to say his name because I don't want to screw it up. But everybody else is like Pickles LGD, reversing upside down, flip it and reverse it as Miracle Fisherman. Yet I swear with my name, man. LDG. That's LDG Pixels in the house. In the house, what's going on? Have any computer problems, guys? That's what I'm here for. Hitting it up. Once I get my voice back, I'll be streaming again Monday through Friday, 11 a.m., doing a morning tech rant, making myself available, answering questions, helping people if you need a tune-up or whatever. Free tech support, guys. LDG Pixels, spread the word. Also pushing Project Prometheus, my personal life goal, my dream, but for changing the world before I die. It's about time that we put these damn companies like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of them in their spot. A user end program that gives you control over your digital footprint, full control over your digital footprint. It gives you control over what you want to see, think, hear, say, and do on the internet. Also on Pixelate, where I host the waiting room, a stream between the streams where we kick up, we put our feet up, we hang out, open topics, open panels, do whatever the hell we want. Kick you out to tell you to watch somebody else more entertaining and then hear back when they're done. Thank you very much for having me, guys. Great show tonight. And yeah, Pixels cut Endgame.
Hashtag pistol cut.
Hashtag on pickles.
I think this one's for you, LDG. 12 hours until Rocket League Season 2.
Yes, I saw that. Can't wait. Hit me up. I'm looking for teammates in Rocket League, man. Hit me up.
I should start playing that and see how that goes.
I gotta plug my PlayStation back in as soon as I get my electro outlet fixed.
So waiting for this guy. He bought the game and never plays.
Hey, is that game cross-platform?
Yes.
Yeah, I got.
Yes, it is. It's been cross-platform.
Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Mac. Yeah, but it's free on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's free.
Diamond League, baby. Any diamonds out there? Hit me up.
If you play on
platinums too, hit me up.
It's free to play on. It's free to play on Xbox too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's free Xbox, but you got to pay on Mac.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and by the way, let me just tell you one thing, guys. One more thing before I go. You can wash a window forever and keep it sparkly clean, but an apple eventually rots. Rots.
Rocks. Yes, it rocks. It rocks.
Yeah.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Rocks.
Oh, pickles.
Especially when you take a bite out of it and just leave it on the table.
I got a clip now for you. Apple rocks. There we go.
Apple rocks. Yeah.
Eli, go ahead, brother.
Oh, hey, I'm not last. Wow, cool. Awesome sauce.
Not this time.
I am Elihu-Who, and I can be found everywhere and nowhere at the same time, and sometimes in between. But this week, tomorrow at 12 noon every Wednesday, I have my own little show called What's Up with the Universe, where we're talking astronomy, astrophysics, all sciencey stuff. Like, for instance, tomorrow, the Big Bang Theory, wormholes, black holes. Yes. And I can also be found on Twitter, and sometimes I can be found on that dude's channel in the mornings, this dude's channel in the evenings, this guy's channel up here whenever he streams, whenever he decides to wake up.
Damn.
You look like you're sleeping, Chris.
I'm just letting all the other people who... Never mind, I'm not going to say that. Anyways.
Hit the pipes, whatever. Okay, yeah. But just like everybody else here, we all have a channel, so make sure you hit that bell whenever you go to our channels. Exactly. That way you can watch us live, or if you're unable to watch us live, you got a little rewatch reminder for you. So hit us up. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Excellent. Appreciate that. Thank you for coming on. JJ, your turn, my friend.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Your turn. What the?
The your
You all right
wouldn't
up
come
there?
out for some reason.
You all right up there? You doing
I'm
okay?
good.
All right, all
great.
right. What's up, everybody? It's your boy JJ. You can find me a little bit everywhere. You can find me twice on Chris's channel on Sunday, and then on once a week on Hanstar's channel later on that night. You can find me on my channel doing my live stream called Randomness at its Finest. Random panel, random topic situation. Come by, check it out. Like, share, subscribe. You know, all that fun stuff that goes with it. You can find me here with these fine gentlemen every Tuesday night for the Khaos List. And last but not least, you catch me back around on Chris's channel for sometimes on the Weekly Rumble, either as a contestant or combatant, as I like to say, and or sometimes you changes it up and I come in as a wild card. But also, you can find me here on Twitter at Sithlord3827. You know, sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. It's a lottery. Come check it out. Y'all have, thanks for having me on.
No problem. Thanks for being here. Gaishka?
Yeah, man.
Yep, you can find me at the Tabasco Scenario.
Yes.
Yeah, where everything is hot in Irie. So thanks Anzo for having me on, and Chris for having me on your channels. I appreciate you guys. Hit the like buttons, and you can find me on these two fine gentlemen's channels. And yeah, man, keeping it short and sweet. Chris?
Okay.
There you go.
Real Review 3000, where this week it's kind of like a special Chaos Central Weekly Rumble. I've got Anzo, I've got Geiskar, I've got Danny, and I've got John, Badman Bald, dude. Has
Baldman Bad.
Baldman Bad, but whatever. That guy. No. But has Geiskar had a chance yet to meet John? Oh,
not
yet.
So.
Wow. Okay, well,
if you don't take an antacid, you need to take at least 3 of them before you do that. Okay.
Please.
I actually seen you had to put John in check on the weekly wrap up this week.
I have done my best. I'm going to do that because there's a point where I'm like, okay, I got but yeah, I'm calling it a Chaos Central. I'll probably list it as a Chaos Central special because Geiskar, all you guys here are a special part of Chaos Central.
Why am I on the show instead of him? Damn.
See, Chaos Central.
John hasn't been on in a while, and I'm going to do that.
Chaos Central.
Plus, you won already, JJ.
But Chris, I'm in such a hurry to lose again.
No. Wait till I win this week, and then we'll have a battle of champions.
Well, no, I have a champions wheel.
6-time loser right here. Okay, come on, 6-time loser.
Dude, if I came on there, we could do it right then. But you know, he's already got it laid out. That's cool. But I'm just kind of disappointed that he didn't think of me.
Actually, I was going to talk to you. I got LDG coming up on the 31st for New Year's Eve. Would you like to be on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, I could think. I can think of no
lose
better.
To me.
No. Then I can think of no better way to waste my New Year.
Everything's closed. What's to do? You can't go watch fireworks. I'm going to be home for the first time in ages on New Year's Eve. Freaky.
But yeah, no. I'll come in. I'll come in for that one.
Well, if you want, Chris, if you want to spice it up, I'm more than happy coming on this week as the wild card, bitches.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not. So I don't let anybody know. I don't let anybody know if that happens.
Except for the wild card.
That's true. Except for the wild card.
All right.
And so.
Yeah, I had to sub for you, Pickles. Thanks for the political question.
You like that, right?
Asshole.
Yeah, I'm never gonna live that down, right? I was supposed to be on that night. Okay, I'm sorry. My fault nature gave me the frog throat. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyways,
would you mind?
That's about it.
What am I?
Mind?
No.
Which one?
Yeah.
Let him say his odd. Yeah, he needs to have his odd.
All right, there you go.
Simmer down now, son.
You ask and you shall receive. with that being said, guys, I do appreciate everyone that has come out tonight. Even though it got a little heated with Chris, I think we're cool. I don't think Chris was too mad, but
We're good.
I
Dude.
will have to do this one more time.
Hell,
What is with that? What's the story behind that picture?
dude, that's real Bixby, man.
I know who it is.
He was mad. He was turning into the Hulk. He was turning green. You know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's the first sign of it is his eyes.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I see it now. Okay, my fault. Gotcha. I see it now. It took me a minute.
All right, guys.
But with that being said, guys, I do appreciate all you guys for coming out. Like I said, you know, everybody that was in the chat that was watching, Dandelion Fluff, we got Shifty Gizm, Ghostfire, Austinator, Flash Thompson. I was just about to say Elihu-Who, but he's in there. David.
Hey, I'm everywhere
Poe
at the same time, okay?
Damn right. Got Poe in the house. You know, Caleb Jones was in the house. I appreciate everybody that was watching. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys' support. I wouldn't be able to do this without the people that come on and chill with me every Tuesday night or whenever I do a stream. So it's much appreciated. I do think that me and JJ will be playing some games tonight again. We'll try some Soul Calibur, but then maybe I'll go back and kick his ass in some Tekken like I did last night. You know what I mean?
Please,
just to prove my dominance. You know what I mean? Because this is what I'm saying.
You know what? I don't give a fuck what happens.
Sorry.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what goes on after what I'm about to say, but you need the phantoms on yourself for that bullshit comment.
Right away.
Oops, wrong number, right? Or wrong button, right?
Well, no. I knew what was going to happen after I said it. That's why I said it. I don't give a damn what happens after what I'm going to say because I knew.
Chris, you are up late. Go on your fucking Xbox when this stream is done. Download the game because it does not take long, and then get your ass.
Tekken 7, right? Tekken 7.
Yeah, it's in Game Pass.
Okay.
It's free. Soul Calibur as well. I think we'll text. Yeah. Soul Calibur is free as well. Go into Game Pass, guys. You have an Xbox too.
Yeah, man.
Hey man, what's up?
Come on, one in the arcades, man. I haven't touched it since, but I'll download it.
Come on, bro. We need to get more of me and Onzo up in this shit.
All right, I'll download it.
See, what you gotta do is,
let's let his Mac cool down.
What the hell? Oh,
but no, you know, in the future when I can pull this shit off, LDG is going to be able to get in there and play with us also. So, you know, hey, we need some people to play this shit. It can't be just me and him every night.
We're gonna need some more people because when I whip their ass, they're gonna want to stop playing, guys. So we're gonna need some.
Oh, for God's sake!
What I was gonna say is if we can do a tournament.
Hold on. Let's fix that. I can play Rocket League, okay?
So if we can get, I guess the max is 10 people.
I wonder why you froze there, Mr.
So
Mac.
let's do if we did like 8 people, and then you had a tournament where you had,
the whole brackets.
Where did Onzo go again?
He froze.
He froze again.
But if you go and do, like 4 on each side, 2, then the losers of those go against again, and they have a chance to come back in. You can make a longer tournament that way. And then
that's called double elimination.
Yeah, exactly. And like seed it, like do one non-tournament fight, and go through this person. Whoever wins that is first seed. Whoever was second, seed it like that, and then lay it out. And yeah, definitely. I mean that's how I would do it. I will be 8th in that probably.
I'll probably be right with you.
It's been so long since I've played any fighting games.
I'll be whooping all their asses, guys.
I only played Street Fighter, so.
Yes.
I didn't get this fire for nothing.
Yeah, you put it there.
In your dreams, not long.
We came, we saw, we kicked Chris was going to ask a question.
I was going to say, we
on.
we were talking about a double elimination tournament. So you had qualifiers where you go all like 8 people, and 2 against 2, 2 against 2. Do it basically, and then whenever you get to the last one, go whoever won first, second, third, fourth, all the way down. Put that in a bracket, double elimination, and do a bracket, and then no matter what, who was the champion.
We could do that. If you want, set something up. I'll get the names. So far, it's me, JJU, Geishka's coming in there. So go download that tonight. And whoever else wants to get in there. I'll even see if Rob wants to get in there because he plays Tekken. And we'll set up a little tournament, man. We'll do a live stream tournament. I'm down for that.
Okay.
All right.
People.
But for now, download it tonight so that you can get into the
going
battle
right now, actually.
I just started on my Xbox.
I'm going to jump off, guys. I got to go. But
I'm going to close
I will
it
go
up
make
too.
sure it gets done right now. All right.
Cool.
Guys, everybody, thank you.
Bye, man.
Chat, you're awesome.
Peace.
Have a good night.
Later, Chris.
Everybody.
JJ, you were going to say something? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Karma's a bitch, ain't it?
Oh, yeah, I know. Pixel is going to feel it.
No, I'm talking about you. When I'm saying phantom zone yourself.
Your computer's phantom zoning yourself.
Yeah, karma's a bitch, ain't it?
You know what? I didn't even think about that. But, hey, man, that's what happens.
There's a worm in that apple.
That's what happens when you're on top, man. Sometimes people just try to bring you down.
No, that's what happens when you're on a Mac.
Hey, I only have one problem, okay?
Yeah, you have to do that every so often too. So guess what?
Exactly.
Mac.
What?
Mac is number 1.
That is correct. With that being said, chat, we are out. I do appreciate it. Look out for the stream tonight. It's going to be some fun. Everybody, peace.